my name is Siddhant Batra. I am the proud member of ESEL. Today we will be discussing some 40 principles of management given by Henry Ford. We will be beginning with our first principle, that is division of labor. Division of labor. When I say division of labor, what do you understand, Rita?
कोई भी हमारे पास जो मजदूर मतलब जैसे वर्कर्स जो होते हैं ना उनका डिवीजन कैसे करना उनकी क्वालिटी उनके उसके हिसाब से
classify labors according to this.
Yeah, slightly right. But it's when the term you see that labor is written, it doesn't mean that only the poor. Yeah. It means people that are involved in the management. For example, I'll quote an example for you. For example, I am working on a task. We are working on a task. So what we are doing is we are dividing the task. Yeah. Like I have given you a task to buy some products on the market, and I have given you the task to do the marketing process. So this will lead to a specialization of work. Like you will be doing the specialization in your work. He will be doing his specialization in his work. He has some qualities. According to that, I will divide. In this, while we are dividing the task, one thing should be kept in mind that it should be according to the interests of the individual. Like you are doing your task. You are an app developer, right? You are an app developer. If I give you a task of marketing, or if I give you a task to buy some products, that will not be a suitable task for you. So you lack in some interest. The task will not be done on time. Yeah. So the Fayol said that it should be according to the interest of the individual, and the task should be divided so that it should be done effectively and efficiently. Got it?
Yes.
Alright. We will proceed further with our next principle, that is party of authority and responsibility. What do you understand that is? You? Nothing? Can I try?
Party of authority means like who is leading everyone.
Yes, exactly right.
Management team.
Yes.
Like
let's take the previous example. For example, Dushan, I gave you a task to buy some products. Accordingly, you have got some responsibility. But that responsibility will come only then when I will give you some authority. Getting it? Like I told you to buy some products. But if you keep asking me, sir, shall I give this much amount to the product? Shall I buy this product? Shall I buy this product? This product is costing me around 500,000. Shall I buy it or not? Then it will be a time-consuming task, and you will be not responsible for that task because I have not given you the enough authority to do that task. When you do a task, I have to give you some authority that you can buy the products. I have given you some funds. You can use that products according to your wish. Accordingly, responsibility comes with the authority. If I have given you some authority, accordingly then the responsibility comes. Both are correlated. You getting it?
Like in police, they have some authority to arrest people.
Yes.
But they don't have authority to shoot people.
You getting it? You got it?
Yeah.
Any doubts?
No.
Alright. We'll be proceeding with our third principle, that is principle of one boss. It states that the authority should be given by only one person at a time. Like I am here. I have told you to buy some products. Then only I will be there to guide you. I will be the one who will be assigning you the task. If like we have two bosses and you are the employee, for example. He is saying that do this work. I am saying that buy some products. He is saying that do the marketing work. You will be indulged in so many activities, and the specialization, that is the first principle, division of labor, and the second principle will not be able to be done.
Yeah, like in army that what?
Yes, in army, if you say in army, there is a one commander that leads 200 people. He is the one who gives the command.
Responsible for all.
So the main crux of this principle is that there should be one boss at the time, and that one boss and the employees should be accountable to that one boss only, not 2-3 bosses bosses. That will lead to confusion and the task will be done. It will take time to be done. Alright? Handouts? So our fourth principle is equity. Like in every, जब भी हम कोई task करते हैं, suppose we are working in a team, right? If I'll not treat everyone equally, then it will be a problem for everyone. Like मैं कहूँगा यार तू ये काम करेगा, तू छोटा वाला काम करेगा, तू बड़ा काम करेगा. तेरे को वहाँ से मैं तेरे को हायर लेवल पे रखूँगा और उसको चाहे ये इक्वली एफिशिएंट है, अच्छे काम कर रहा है, बट मैं इसको तो am I treating you equally? No, I'm not. So this will lead to the inefficiency of the management, inefficiency of the employees, inefficiency of the organization. So the principle is equity. Provide equity in the organization and treat everyone equally. Fifth principle, that is the last principle. I think it's okay for today. Yeah. So the last principle is fair remuneration to employees. Like I said, equity. It is slightly related to equity. Can you say something about it? Any guesses?
अगर किसी को कोई वर्क दिया है तो उसे फेयर अमाउंट में उसे वो भी मिलना चाहिए वेज.
हाँ. Like two people are given a task, they should be paid equally.
According to that,
there should be no discrimination between them.
two processes are followed in this. One is that the employees at the initial level stage, the laborers, they work according to the hours. Like you work for 6 hours, so I'll pay according to your 6 hours. And the other thing is, other process that employers follow is that giving you remuneration on the monthly basis, but it should be fair. Because the employees are the actual workers in the organization. Suppose I'm the employer. I'm in charge of making policies, guiding you, but the actual task will be done by you guys. So the main right hand of the organization is employees. So I hope the interaction was okay and you guys got some information. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.